Hello everybody and welcome back to the Spencer Arms. So what am I doing tonight? Well, I've got a couple of beers that I want to talk to you about. So I'm going from one extreme to the other. Okay, so I am talking about Verdant Brewery. So I'm talking about their low alcohol beer, Psych, and then I'm going to be talking about their 25 release of Putty. So this came in the post today, very fast delivery, and I was quite taken aback by the little gift as well. I didn't realise we were getting a beer mat, so a beer coaster. It's quite good. It feels like it's going to last a long time. Let's stick together. So yeah. So first of all, I'm going to do the Psych beer. So I'm going to do this in one hit for YouTube, but the Psych beer will go onto Instagram as a single standalone beer, and also the Putty will go onto Instagram as a standalone beer. I'll split the video in half, but for the YouTube watchers, I'm going to do it all in one. So I don't know a great deal about this, but I seen it a while ago, and I thought whilst I was ordering Putty, I'm going to order some of these. So I ordered 6 of these. I'm on a quest to find as many sort of like low alcohol beers from breweries that I think can do it, so that when it comes to going out when I'm driving, I can have a batch of alcohol-free beers in and be reliant on them being good. Thornbridge are my number one at the moment. I like Ghost Ship is a good alcohol-free beer, and so is Proper Job is a good alcohol-free beer, and both of Thornbridge's Jaipur and their Green Mountain are good alcohol-free beers. Anyway, that aside, this is about Verdant. This is about Psych. So apparently, every January they release a beer that starts with a P and is 5 letters long. And this is it. They're calling it a low-alcohol beer. It's got Chinook, Citra, Eldorado, Simcoe, and Mosaic hops on the cold side, and Chinook, Mosaic, and Simcoe on the hot side. And from what I can gather, it sounds as if they've brewed this beer as this low alcohol beer without brewing it and then removing the alcohol. I'm not 100% sure. If you go onto Verdant's website or Verdant's Instagram page, you'll find all the real proper right information. Not that you're going to get from me. What the information I want to give you is this from Verdant, this Psych low alcohol beer. Is it good? Is it a good one? I get the feeling it probably will be, but I've not even tasted it yet. So here it is in the Verdant Brewery 10-year glass. Looking at it, it looks good. It's got a good head on it. In fact, it looks like it's got quite a compact head on it there. It's rolling around the glass. This glass has been under the counter for quite a while, but it's still clean. But it might have a little bit of dust on the outside. But still looking good. Nothing clinging to the side. The can art is really good. I really, really like that. It's just really good. So, right, let's see what this is like. It does smell like a beer. So when he talks about this on their Instagram page, he said it smells like a beer, and it does. It's not got any of that horrible, sweety, horrible alcohol-free beer. This isn't alcohol-free. They're calling it a low alcohol, being 0.5. But I know when I spoke to the guys at Thornbridge, I said, if it's no alcohol, why is it 0.5? And they said, well, you can't guarantee that there's no alcohol in there because there's airborne yeast. So I think they've used a special yeast with this to do something or whatever. But yes, basically, we don't need to know the science in this particular one. Is it any good? Cheers, everybody. So apparently, I think they've been working on this for about 6 months, and they wanted a beer that everybody at Verdant can drink and enjoy. So this beer has been passed by everybody at Verdant Brewery, the people that brew it, the people that drink it, the people that have tried it, the staff, and it gets a thumbs up from me. That is bloody good. And I think that's what he quotes on his page as well. On the Instagram page, he actually says, that's bloody good. That is bloody good. It tastes beery. This It's got a nice mouthfeel. Again, I can taste. I always get. I don't know whether it's a placebo or whatever, but I always get sort of like a grapefruit bitterness. I'm getting that sort of like hoppy, grapefruity, sort of slight bitterness. Well, it's probably even a little bit of dryness as well, but then it tastes sweet in a good way. It's not sweet as in like adding sugars or flavourings to make it. This tastes a balanced sweetness with the amount of hops that are in there. It tastes very good. Carbonation levels are nice. You don't get me wrong. Honest to God, don't get me wrong. You can always tell it's a low alcohol beer, and the reason you can, because there's no alcohol in it, or it's low alcohol. You know, at the minute on the podcast, on the Ale and Audio podcast today, they talked about beers being lowered in their ABV. I think, you know, because of tax and everything else, and they're just lowering them and lowering them and lowering them and lowering them. And honestly, I mean, like, the more that you lower the alcohol, the less flavour you're going to get in the beer. You just are. So there's no way you're going to get a massive big beer out of a 0.5%. But what you want to be doing, you want to be drinking a low alcohol beer and actually getting some flavour out of it and actually enjoying a beer, you know, not sort of like thinking I've got to drink a can of Coke or a lemonade or have a coffee or something. If everybody around you is drinking beer and you can sort of feel that, like, you know, as a beer drinker, you feel that you actually got a bit of beer taste in that, then that is very good. It's quite citrusy. There's not even all the citral hop is in there. It's quite citrusy. For me, it's grapefruity. It's got that. I think I'll say this about a lot of beers, that when they've got certain hops in or whatever that give a full pack sort of like flavour profile, I always get that orange pith, that orange peel, orange grapefruit. I always get that amongst before anything else. And this is lending itself exactly that, the grapefruit bitterness, orange, like orangey fruity and orange zest. It's got a nice aroma to it. It smells like a beer. This is the sort of beer that Janie would say it's a smelly beer. She doesn't like the beers that have that real punchy hop smell. She says, "Oh God, it's a smelly beer." And for me, the smellier the beer, the better. The dankier the beer, really. I like a nice danky beer. It has actually got a little bit of dankiness about it now I've said that. And the other thing is, it's not fizzy. It's not fizzy. They've done a good job of that. That's very, very good. That really, really is good. I will recommend that, definitely. Don't expect to get massive hit out of any alcohol-free beer. You know, you're always going to tell it's an alcohol-free beer. But this has got none of that sweetness, none of that horrible additive sort of taste to it. It is really good. So I'm going to pause this video to finish for Instagram, and then I'm going to finish this, crack open the putty, and we'll get on with reviewing the putty. Okay, cheers everybody. Thanks for watching on Instagram, and if you watch on YouTube, I'll see you in a second. Hello, so here I am. I'm back doing what I like doing, standing in front of a camera and waffling on. And like I said, for YouTube, here I am doing the second part. And for Instagram, here I am doing the putty review video. I've already drank one, and the other day. So this is the day after. So this is on the Sunday. I drank the other one on the Friday, and this is the Sunday after the brilliant Andros's Hawaii 5-0 party. So I'm still coming down off that, and so here I am down at Spencer Arms to do this. So yes, we've got the glass again rinsed out. We've got the lovely. I like that, really like that, and I've got me taste buds in complete and utter negative tasting attire to give this beer a good go. So we're going to get it out into the Verdant 10-year glass. It pours lovely. It really, really does pour lovely. and it smells really nice, and I didn't swill that round, and I tell you what, that's not a bad pour, because it's given it a nice big sort of like frothy head, and it's not gone over the top, so I'm really, really glad about that. So the first thing that strikes me about this year is the artwork. I love it. This is only the second time that I've had Putty, so 2024 was the first time that I had it, and it literally did blow me away. It really did blow me away. And I think probably at the time, I don't know, I may have not had anything quite as big, quite as punchy. And is it the triple IPA, the 10% one? I actually thought that was absolutely fantastic. So I've got this at a really sort of nice temperature. It's sort of cabin temperature, and I've only just put the heater. So when I came in here, it was literally about 6 degrees. So I think that's quite nice temperature for that. It smells really nice. It smells really fruity. I've literally been drinking like tonic water quite a bit, really get my taste buds really negative and really neutral, so I can really have a really nice taste of this and appreciate it for what I think it is. Because the other day when I had it, I sort of didn't really appreciate it, I don't think, and I have been a bit negative about it. So I'm now going in it with probably a little bit, and to be quite fair, I had the low alcohol one first, the Psych. So I don't know, that may have adjusted my taste buds. Anyway, let's see. I mean, it smells lovely. The first thing that I can't get a lot through this big thick head. That does blind a lot of the flavours, like a lot of the aromas, like I've said. So yeah, let's just not waffle on about it. Let's just get into this and hopefully have what I really, really love about Putty and get that nice danky saturated hop flavours from it. Cheers. Now, I'm going to be really, really honest, really honest. I've been sort of like, since I had it on Friday, I've been quite negative about it, and I don't mean it in a negative way, but in a way of like, it's almost disappointed, because last year it was amazing, and this year I've been sort of like, I don't know, I'm not really getting it and everything else, and I videoed it, and I videoed myself to put it out, but I sort of didn't put it out there because I was a little bit, I thought, oh, what am I talking about? Now, I really do think, rewinding back now, and having quite a beating myself up moment about it, thinking that, I don't want to say anything negative about anything or whatever. But I think having the Psych first and then going straight for this, that was a mistake on my part, I believe. So it is better than I had it on Friday night. Definitely. But I'm still going to stand by what I say, and I'm still going to say I don't think it's as good as it was last year. I think last year it was, it could be because it was the first time I had it. It could be, but thinking about it, like, since then I've had loads and loads and loads of sort of dippers and things, and it's probably not as like hitting me in the face as much as what it did last year. But it's still good. It's punchy, it's danky, it's fruity. It's definitely saturated hops there. All real big saturation of hops. And it is good. And I've got to hold my hands up. I really have got to hold my hands up and say, the last few days I've been, from Friday, I've been a little bit of a putty warrior. But actually, like, I think it's definitely down to probably drinking a beer before it. So, yeah, I'm pleased. I'm pleased that I'm liking it and it's good. And I'm not just saying that. I've had to hold my hands up. The massive sort of hop smash that you get from this, really balanced. It doesn't burn you. The hops are really saturated well. They're really well given, and it's balanced really well with the malts. The ABV is a really nice ABV. It really sits on the back of your tongue. It just leaves this sort of like excitement on the back of your tongue. It is a really good beer, but I think for me now, it's as good as other dippers. You know, there's lots and lots. I think last year for me, this was probably like one of the biggest beers I probably had. One of the most in my face beers that I'd actually had. Whereas now, I've had 10%ers, I've had 12%. You know, I've had big beers and that. So it probably doesn't slap me across the face quite as much as it did last year, and that's probably why. I know I'm waffling on about this a little bit, and I'm going on about it, but I just really want to be honest when I do my reviews. I do not want to be dishonest, and I do want to say that, you know, yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's really good. But I think, you know, there's loads of great beers out there now. So, you know, I don't think I'll probably go as crazy for it next year, if I'm honest. I don't think. It's like this year I was like I was on the website like 29 minutes past thinking, come on, got to get it. And then it's come and I've drank it and I was like a little bit underwhelmed. But now I'm drinking it, I'm thinking, yeah, no, I'm glad I've got it. It is a great beer. It really sits well in the glass. It looks really good in the glass. It's got fantastic head retention. It just stays there. It's quite drinkable as well. It's quite crushable, really, for an 8%. It really is. And I do love the way that what Verdant do with the hops. I'm still going to say this. I'm still going to say that it has got a very slight, just a very slight, like, well, it's florally, like I got a little bit soapy on the back end, I think. I'm still going to say that. The one thing I'm not doing here, and I'm doing it again. I'm over explaining myself, but I will never ever come on here to sort of like bring a beer that I don't like and go, oh, I've bought this beer and I don't like it. Because if I don't like it, that means it means nothing, right? If I don't like it, I don't like it. So I don't understand the point in sort of like coming on and talking about a beer you don't like. I love Putty. I love Verdant Brewery. I love what they do. I love all their beers. I've not had a bad beer from them. I especially love that one with the Nelson Sauvin hops. I'm going to pause the video because I'm sure I've got one. I'm just going to hold it up here now. Disappointingly, I've not got one, but it was called Conventional Tactics. I've just looked at my Instagram. Conventional Tactics. It's a Nelson Sauvin IPA, 6.5%. Absolutely banging beer. And also, I love the My Second Rodeo. In fact, I think I love that more than I do Putty. That's got more of that orangey zing for me in that. Anyway, God blimey, do you know what? I've really beat myself up about this because, like, I've sort of like, I need to review this. I need to talk about this, like, you know, more for YouTube than for Instagram, really. But you know, I needed to talk about this Putty beer, and I don't want to pick up every single beer that I'm ever going to drink and review it and just go, oh, it's fantastic, it's absolutely amazing, it's brilliant, or whatever. Yeah, I'm just not going to. And basically, this year's Putty, I'll probably have next year's Putty, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after, and I'll talk about it, and I'll have it because it's that yearly release. And, you know, yeah, you know, people do say it's the hype beer, but it is a yearly release and it is something that people look forward to. And I look forward to it because it literally blew my mind. This is absolutely excellent. It really is. Like I say, my only slight criticism with it, what do I know? But my only side of it is just a little bit, just tiniest bit soapy on the back end. Now, it could be that as these cans age and everything mellows in and everything settles down and all that, you know, that might sort of like disappear. But I just feel that's the only thing that's catching me out on this a little bit. And what amazes me These guys are absolutely experts at what they do, and they know what they're doing. And then you get me drink this and just say, it's a little bit soapy at the back end. But, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's produced for the consumer, isn't it? It's produced for somebody, and Verdant might watch this and might even turn around and go, yeah, we thought that a little bit as well. And, you know, and that's it. You know, but what a brilliant beer. I love these big hoppy beers. I love it. In fact, after this, I'm going to have another big hoppy beer while I've got this hoppiness going on. And I feel very hoppy today because it's been a fantastic weekend. But anyway, I'm going to cut quite a bit of this out probably. And you're probably jumping out the screen at me thinking, Speno, what are you going on about? You know, if you Speno, what are you going on about? This beer is absolutely brilliant. I don't know what the hell you're going on about or whatever. Well, yeah, you know, you're probably right. You're probably right. But at the end of the day, everybody's different, isn't there? You know what I mean? It's like I like to put my salt on the chips before I put vinegar on the chips, and some people will go, "What? No, I mean, Janie will say to me, what? No, you're supposed to put the vinegar on first so the salt sticks to it." But I like to put the salt on first and then the vinegar. You know, so we do what we do, we like what we like, and we enjoy what we enjoy. Anyway, this has been a Speno waffle, and it's coming up to 15 minutes, so I'm going to finish it for Instagram. And everybody on YouTube and that, and everybody in the Instagram world, take care, be safe next week, and enjoy yourself. Cheers.